Hello, creatives. Welcome to the daily pick a card and birthday reading for September 13th. If you were born today after sunrise, you are a Jack of Clubs. If it was before sunrise, you're actually yesterday's card, which was a Queen of Clubs. Okay, so you can see this is a different setting. I'm home in the studio while there is some work being done at the gallery. So yeah, here we are. So it's going to sound different. It's going to look different. Might even have a different energy about it. I spend a lot of time up here doing my thing, so perhaps we'll have some of that energy visit us today too. I hope so. It's really positive, beautiful energy in this house. All right, so the way this works is I read each card individually, then all together for the collective. We're going to talk about this Jack of Clubs day and the energy that can be around that. We've got low vibes and high vibes that we could be bumping into today. So yeah, this is the very first day of the third decan of Virgo, and it is subruled by Venus. So we're stepping into that energy as well. And just a little reminder about what that might look like is that there's going to be some urge to seek the truth, be honest. It might have a little bit quicker temper to it, but that's okay. What we're looking at here is to just reach with always kindness and curiosity as to what comes up around that. How truthful are we? How honest are we with ourselves and others? Right? How quick-tempered are you? And why do you get so triggered? So another lovely part about this is there's a really nice idea around value of things. This decan can be, or seem to be, materialistic, but it's not. It is understanding and wanting the best value that you can afford and how you take care of that, which means how you take care of you. So, yeah, there's also a certain love of freedom with this. So, lots of elbow room. I have to say, I'm feeling it. The catch-22 always is kind of the opposite, obviously. This is coming across as being shy and vulnerable. You might not even realize you're doing it. It might just be that trigger that you hold back and kind of give off that vibe, but it can just as easily turn into this cunning manipulation of almost like a chameleon that has the words. You know, this is Virgo, so it has the words, you have the words, and you're like sliding into a different skin to, in the end, get what you want. All right, so those are the things that we're going to be looking out for while we do these readings over the next 10 days or so. So, yeah, the way this works is I'll read each card, then all together for the collective, we'll talk about that energy. Then we have a really special birthday message for you, Jack of Clubs. This is an invitation into how you can raise your vibration by doing whatever little bits of insightful intrigue into yourself, because every time that you are able to accomplish another step toward that higher vibration, at the end of the day, you're going to feel fabulous about yourself. And that is the energy that you store away to be drawn on whenever you need to manifest. It's beautiful energy when you can gain a little, you gain a lot. All right, so let's get started and turn over card number 1. So we've got the 2 of Clubs in reverse. So twos, we've got moon energy here, emperor energy. It is in reverse. So reversals are a heads up about what kind of energy we could be bumping into today. We might get triggered by it and triggered into that lower vibration behavior, or we might bump into it and have it to deal with in our best high vibe that we can muster. So, what does that energy look like? It would be having a little bit of trouble finding the answers to something. It could be us putting those rose colored glasses on and feeling a little delusional about how smart we are, how we go about getting the answers to our questions and what we do with that, how we share it, how we pursue gathering that knowledge. So the feeling unfocused, or at the worst of it, falsifying what we find. So, again, being triggered by that lower vibration of the energy today in that kind of underhandedness. So the Jack of Clubs energy, we might as well talk about that now too, because we've got this reversal. We probably should, but the Jack of Clubs is this really in the shadow attributes, very clever either way, wordsmith either way. It can be a little more impulsive in the shadow attributes, overstepping boundaries, thinking that, they deserve those king or queen shoes and that they're just going to act as if, and overstepping their liberties. So that's the kind of energy we want to be looking out for today, whether we get triggered into that behavior or somebody with that behavior is standing in front of us. And what are we going to do about it? That's always the question. How are we going to behave if you're triggered in this way, feeling like you need to somehow become something different to present yourself, that you can't come through with that honest truthfulness? Let's just take a deep breath and think for a minute. You don't have to do anything. You can take a breath, and in that breath, you can be present, aware of this trigger, and just don't do anything. Just listen. And when you listen, you can excuse yourself. You can ask for a moment. You can, go to the bathroom. You can go get a drink of water. You can, just take a little time out. It's okay to ask for that. It is respectful to yourself and is asking to be respected by someone else, not in a manipulative way, but in a I need to gather myself kind of way, get a handle on this, because you want to be able to pull the thread on it later. It's the perfect way to raise your high vibration, right? By asking for what you need. This is that third deacon, really being honest and truthful. You might get tempered, but you can say, I need to just take a moment, gather myself so that I can present in the best way possible. Nothing wrong with that. All right. And just for the FYI, this Two of Clubs sits in the chart of the day. The Jack of Clubs has this on the Mars position. So this is the way you take action. This is how you get what you want, basically, how you go about it. So really interesting energy around this that we are going to be possibly given this task today by our spirit guides and daimon. It's always in good measure, though, so you're capable. All you got to do is have this reminder that might be it, and therefore you'll be able to prepare just in case. All right, let's look at card number 2. We've got the Five of Clubs. So the Five of Clubs is this really lovely, busy card. It's finding something that needs a kind of a fixer-upper and knowing exactly how to fix it up. It's really fun. It is Jupiter energy, so it's enjoyable. You love the journey with this one. It is judgment energy in the major arcana, so that's great too. It is all about having that timely decision making. It's always for good change, always for joy and this expression of the Jupiter energy. It is about reviewing and editing as well. So another minimalizing what comes from you today. Yeah, it's a social dance card. So probably a lot of conversations, good ones that bring you lots of nice nuggets. And again, it could be rapid growth if you are seeing a therapist or some kind of a coach or something like that. You could be getting some real breakthroughs today with this card. I love it. All right. Card number 3, 9 of clubs. So we have K2 energy here. One of my favorite cards is the 9s, any of them. It's just such beautiful energy. I feel like we're all here to write our family DNA, that inherited legacy of burden, if you will. And sometimes it gets dropped in our lap to turn that around, to start thinking of it differently, start releasing that preconceived thoughts and ideas that we just assumed were the truth. And they're not. Doesn't have to be, right? So again, we've got the intellectual pursuit here. So we're looking at how to dive in and get that truth. It is this love of finding it, just digging through whatever we need to pull the thread on and keep going. It is really letting go of the status quo. Whatever you thought was it, it's not. So some piece of that puzzle is going to come to you today, and it is how this really changes your thinking about you. It has something to do with how smart you think you are or not, right? Or it could be some kind of ego related negativity that needs to be reversed. Were you always told that you weren't that bright? Well, you know what? You are. You're very bright. You're here. You're listening. This is it right here. So it's your pathfinding card. It is you figuring out how to get there from here. So whatever little piece of the puzzle you get today, I think you're going to be putting it to very good use. All right. And so the energy for today, this Jack of Clubs, the 2 of clubs really kind of brings this in because the jacks encompass the aces, 2s, and 3s in their suit. So this has definitely got some power behind it today. So we're all going to possibly get triggered by this in order to figure out that karmic baggage that we need to rethink and start thinking differently about, seeing our path into a new, improved, more mature, better capable you. Me, all of us. It's going to take a little work, but that is going to be exciting and joyful and really be this catalyst for this change. And the Jack of Clubs is like endless energy today. So we're going to have that possibility of having that aces, 2s, and 3s and the club suit come through that energy today. And that would be that bright epiphany of an idea. It could be somewhat or completely an original idea, love that. And then you've got that moon energy with the emperor. It's so strong. So it's reversed. So it's going to be equally strong in that reversal. So we're really going to have to pull ourselves out of any lower vibration and really realize that that is the trigger, the impulse to gain this insight. And at the end of the day, we've got this fabulous opportunity to really rethink it, who we are and how we're moving ourselves forward within that truth that we're trying to find of ourselves. So enjoy the ride. It might not start out as something very comfortable, but it's going to quickly get into this need to find the truth. It's really a great day for this. All right, so best of luck to everyone. Carpe diem on this one, with kindness and curiosity. It's really the only way to seek what we're trying to find as our own truth. So let's move on to the birthday and see how this all relates to the day as well. What else can we learn? What are you, Jack of Clubs, happy birthday, being invited into rethinking for yourself so that you can raise your vibration all the quicker? It's lovely to get this heads up about what direction your guides are asking you to investigate, to raise that energy, to have in your reserves when you go to manifest. Reflection, time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right action. Well, there you go. That is something that you probably are very good at doing, yet they're seeing where you could take it just that little bit more. It always is very interesting to me how the invitation that the card of the day gets is very relatable to the message that is being brought forth too. Because you're that Jack of Clubs and you've got in your chart, in the chart of the day, we're all kind of feeling the chart's energy. You've got that Six of Clubs on your ecliptic, which is a brilliant card. You're no slouch at hard work, paying off, more hard work, paying off. That's the Jack energy around the Six of Clubs because it's fast paced. You're very aces, twos, and threes. You've got a lifestyle of really having to do a lot of work, juggling a lot to get through your day, always looking for those answers, that Two of Spades in your Rahu, trying to keep that balance of who you are mentally and physically at your core so that you can continue to do all this work. It's interesting that you've got the Nine of Diamonds in your sun position, because that Nine of Diamonds is a natural giver of whatever value, and sentimental value, monetary value. It could just be cleaning out the closet, giving away what looks like trash to you and having it be someone else's treasure. It could just be a compliment. It doesn't really matter. It is on your sun. So this is who you are at the core, which what makes the Jack of Clubs such a joy. Just this positive reinforcement through all the work, all of the trouble and the stress of that high action way of living. Your catch-22, of course, is that 10 of Clubs on the Pluto. All that hard work is really related to the Magician in the major arcana. It is what trips you up. It is what gets in the way of you believing of your own capabilities. It's interesting how that works in reverse. You know it deep in your heart. You get proven all the time that that's what the case is. And you just got to find the time, and that's in that Two of Spades, to really figure it out. So, yeah, this is super cool energy today. So, for you, you're being invited in to find that time to focus, to balance, to reflect, and so that you get those answers from your Rahu, that Two of Spades, and your Two of Clubs in the Mars position sits right above it. You know, making those connections, that fast paced energy for you, and knowing in what direction to go ahead and move it past those stumbling blocks. For you to take the right action, staying in that higher vibe of finding your truth. Beautiful Nine of Clubs here for you to really sink your teeth in and understand that it's always a path, right? But it will get you to the right action that you need to go in. Thinking of that value that you hold, your possessions, mental, physical, relationship, relationship. I know there's a word for that. And that love of being that freedom as well. So don't say no to that freedom. Allow yourself that privilege, that pleasure to do exactly that. All right, let's see what you get for the Spirit and Nature cards of truth. The Ace of Diamonds. Well, this is lovely because this is all about coming into, again, self energy. It's like the opportunity to reevaluate your skills, your talents, your highly intuitive sense of what's right and wrong. It's you being extra beautiful in your aura, and also intuitively being able to tap into that higher energy. You know, it is like the ability of all those cards, the Self card, the Sun card, big aura there with that Nine of Diamonds. You've got that Moon energy. For you, it's the Seven of Spades. So you understand the value of letting stuff go that's not treating yourself very well. It can be a trigger for you, so you got to be careful around that and just understand that everything has a season. You know, there really is the best way to deal with the sevens. And know that at the end of the day, if you can let something go that wasn't serving you, you're going to be all the better for it. It leads right back to that Two of Spades in your Rahu. That is where your Daimon loves you to go and explore. You taking care of you. Okay, well, there you have it. Let's see what you get for the Wishcraft card. Painting with magic. I don't have to know everything all the time. Yeah, it really is in that trusting, isn't it? So hard to do when life is so fast paced. All right. I know you have a lot of responsibilities and you're doing the best that you can, but you're given this little reprieve to take care of yourself in, and being told how extraordinarily important this is for you. There you go. All right. Happy birthday, Jack of Clubs. I hope you have a fabulous year. And everyone, carpe diem. You know, we're all on this journey, so let's do it creatively and with kindness, and as always, with curiosity. Thank you.